Hi, good morning, good evening to all of you. Today we are going to learn about new extension which is called NG console. So basically, if you would have heard about Angular CLI, so basically you have to manually write all the codes and everything in your code editor or in your command prompt to do the stuffs going, or when you have to create a component or services or whatever you want to create in Angular using CLI, then you have to write the command like ng generate g for generate c for component and then your component name. So whatever you name you give, that gets generated. So to automate this process, we have come across a particular library which is called ng console. So ng console is very famous in the Angular dev community, and most of the developer and enterprise uh, you know uh, organization uses this particular uh, extension, and it is very wide and very famous. So what are the features you give, means you will get as a developer while you're working on this particular NGX console. So you have to just be little bit cautious that when you run this particular extension, you have to be little bit sure that whether you want to really create the components of Angular like services, guards, and whatever you want to create, really you need it or not. If you need it, then you can just use it. If you don't need it, then I would request you not to run this particular console ngx. So what will happen, it will definitely going to increase your performance, and you know uh, you will be able to create all the stuffs of Angular like component, guards, and whatever you want to create with a very short amount of time. So let's begin with the installation of this ngx console extension. So you have to go to the Visual Studio. So there are two options. Either you can just download from the marketplace visualstudio.com. So I'm there at the official website, and there this extension is easily available. So you can just click on the install button, and it will be installed on your local machine. It will prompt to open in the code editor, and by default whatever code editor will be in your operating system, that will be opened and that will be installed. So we have to go to the Visual Studio. There onwards we have to go to the extension manager, and you have to click on this. Once you click on this, you have to type ng console, and you will get that option. So this is the ng console Visual Studio code. This is the library which I'm talking about, sorry, extension which I'm talking about. So just click on install. It is installing the extension. So once you'll install this extension, it will s- it you will get the notification that you have installed this successfully. So now you can see this is coming uninstalled. It means this extension has been installed. So let's go to the your project. So just right click on this, and if you see, let me close this tab. So this is dashboard. Okay, this is product. So in app, I just want to create a folder that is um, we can just keep name is layout, and this is all the layout of the application is going to reside inside. So I have just added one folder, and in this folder, if you want to generate a component, library, whatever you want to generate, just you have to create ng generate. And once you click on the ng generate, earlier when you'll I was clicking, means I was doing right click on this, I was not getting ng generate, ng run. But now I'm getting this option because I have installed ng's. console, which is definitely going to help me a lot for the creation or generating the Angular components. So if you see the list of all the components of Angular are there. So if you want to create application, class, component, directive, enums, cards, interface, module, pipes, services, whatever you want to create, you can just easily just click on that and that will be created. So for example, just I want to create a component, so I will type component. So you can see the option is coming in the drop down. You have just to hit enter and it will open the page. So the page will be open like this. You have to just close the terminal and you have to give the name of your component. So ng console console. Okay, so this is the library name which I'm giving to identify whether it is generated by ng console or not. And you do not need to suffix the component name with the component, because component is going to be by default created and the name of the project is by default picked, you can see. And if you see in the console, it is created this layout component spec ts, all these files have been automatically created. And it is just waiting for your command to run. So once you will run this, it is going to create those files inside that layout. So let's see what is going to happen next. So now it is running the command. It is saying that terminal will be reused task, press any key to close. So now I think it has created the component. So if you see, if I'll go inside this tab, okay, inside this tab is this folder, you can see ng console component.cs, html, and component spec.ts and component. So everything is dynamically created, and you can just assume that how much time you have saved by just using this extension. So I have to go to the what is the name, ng console. So I'll just copy the name from here. I'll go to the app module and I'll just try to find if it has imported. Okay, so you can see the ng console component is automatically imported in your declaration array, and it has ng console extension has already imported that inside your module. So all the stuff is going to be managed dynamically, nothing is manual. So this extension is definitely gonna help you a lot because it is very famous and very used advanced level uh, extension. So for example, if I want to create a service inside this layout, so I just want to create let me go back to this, let me create a service. Okay, I will create a service folder, services. Okay, and in this service I just want to add another folder, uh, app service. So in this app service, I will go to the app service and I will just right click and generate, and I want to create a service. So Angular service, and what is the name of the service? You have to give uh, uh, app app site product. This is the name I want to give. I just ran the command. Now see, I've just hit enter. Now it is running the command. So you can see this is the ng generate process which is running in the background. Now it has generated successfully. It is asking me to enter any button so that it can terminate the process. Now the process has been terminated, and you can just go to the app service and you have to just see, this is the site product service which has been created. These are the two files which are dynamically added by this system extension called ng console. So this is the product service. So service has been created, and definitely this service would have been injected in the app module. So I will have to go to the app module and let me see if it is imported. Okay, so service is not imported, but you can do it. So you can see by using this extension, you can do lots of stuff very easily, and it is very useful for the development purpose. And I think every developer must be knowing uh, this particular extension when they are working on Angular. So hope you'd have gotten basic idea that why we are going to use this. By using this, we are totally going to get rid of manual uh, uh, command writing for the Angular CLI. So Angular CLI has been automated by this particular ng console. So just use this and just try to add this into your Visual Studio Code, and it will help you a lot in a long term. And you, if you are working on a very big project, and if you have a time management issue, so you can just use this extension, and it will definitely help you a lot in the time management. And you will, it is definitely gonna um, um, increase your performance at the very high extent. So that's it. We will come up with the next video. In that, we will talk about other components of Angular. So basically, I just wanted you to understand these two, um, tools for the Angular development: ng console, and um, the another one which we talked in our last video, that is Angular CLI. So Angular CLI is going to be covered in this. And if you have to see, means what are the extensions which you have installed on your machine, so you have to just clear this, and you can see the installed. So we talked about Angular Essential in our last video, and now this Angular Essential is a package of 9 to 10 extensions. Now we have recently added ng console. So these two are very famous, and I thought I thought I should be you know um, put forward this, so that you guys can get more idea, and which can definitely increase your performance. So we'll come up with the next video. In that, we'll talk about Angular guards, how the guards works, and and another component we will talk about in Angular very soon in near future. Till then, take care. Please subscribe the channel if you like the video, so that you can get more notifications whenever I will upload new videos uh, of Angular. uh, Thank you, take care, bye.